everybody and welcome back. We are here for my second video where I am working on the Boho Summer Challenge papers. This is the collaboration that I'm doing with the wonderful Nathalie from LineDotArrow. We did have our live on Tuesday together where I started making the cover of my little mini journal. In my last video though, I made my little travel wallet which I started to fill in the live. Really happy with that, love how that turned out. So yeah, I'm here to continue on really. Nathalie will be doing a video tomorrow on Friday, obviously sharing the next stage of her make. But in the live, like I said, I got started with my cover, so I haven't got very far. I just decided that I was going to use a file folder, and I wanted it kind of a landscape orientation just so that my wallet goes in nicely. So I'm going to have a tied signature, so I have dug out some, I don't know what it is, not quite a string but string type thing, and then I found in my stash these wooden feathers, and I thought, well, I'm not probably going to get obviously all of them on there, but I thought maybe having a couple of feathers down the spine kind of threaded in this, that might look a little bit cool, so I might add those as well. And yeah, so today I'm going to be finishing off the cover. I've also printed some pages double-sided that I'm going to put inside, but I thought we'd work on the cover first. So I'm going to be using, oh, it's upside down. I'm going to be using this page to cover this back section so that obviously it fits nicely with the front. So obviously where we've had Orbis at the front, I'm now going to have this side on the back just so it kind of goes together a bit better. I do obviously need to do a little bit of trimming, and I'm very excited to say that I have got my new trimmer now as well, so that's very, very exciting. So I'm probably going to have to trim it about there at the bottom, and then we'll kind of see where it needs to be elsewhere in a moment. So the new trimmer that I have recently got is this one. So it's a Fiskars trimmer. It's not like the huge great big one, but it's kind of like the next size down. It was half the price because I did get it in a bit of a sale and a discount of the huge one. But here that big one is £120, and as much as I'm sure it's fantastic, I can't afford £120, so I managed to get this one for, I think it was £61. But it's still really, really good. It still is a rotary cutter, it's self-sharpening. This is actually designed like the huge one that you can get to cut thicker materials as well. So yeah, so far so good. It has been cutting really, really nicely, so we get to again take it on a bit of a road test now. It is still a little bit stiff obviously where it's new, but it does cut ever so well and straight, which was my issue really with the other trimmers that I've got. They were not cutting straight at all. And like I said, while I imagine some of it is user error, it can't all be user error. Right, so I'm just cutting to where I can see that line that I have drawn. Okay, I need to move it down a little bit. There we go, lovely. Right, so let's have a look from there then, where else we need to trim. So if that's the front, this is going to be the back. What did I do with my pencil? There it is. So I'm just looking at where the spine is. So I need to trim it about there. And then from the top, about there. So I'm going to bring this back in and have a look at where my little line is. Excellent. But yes, I hope you enjoyed the live yesterday, if you were able to come over and watch. I think Natalie and I were on for about an hour. It might have been just under, but I'm sure it was around an hour. Talking about all sorts of things, not just the crafts that we were working on. And it was lovely to see so many of you there with us as well. It's actually the first time Natalie and I have done a live together. I know Natalie does like to do a few lives, and she does them with Two Sister Jam as well. But I'm not a fan of lives. I mean, I like them. I like the idea of them. But because I'm not really a chatty person, I find it quite difficult because, I don't know, you feel like you need to fill up the silence. But I find that difficult. I'm not one to chit-chat. I'm fine if people talk to me. If they talk to me and they ask me questions, I'm absolutely happy to answer them. But I'm just not very good at starting a conversation or anything like that. But thankfully, Natalie was absolutely brilliant, and yeah, led most of the conversation, which was obviously really good. We had lots of people sort of commenting as well and chatting with us in the comments, which was really nice. So yeah, like I said, I'd like the idea of lives. I'm just not very good at them, but I am practicing. So Sophie from Sophie Crafty Corner, we sometimes do lives as well when we do our bind it all. We have been doing lives as well, and I think I'm happy doing lives all the while I'm doing it with somebody. I think doing it on my own is a little bit daunting, but doing it with somebody else doesn't feel quite so bad. Right, so that's the back. And then for the inside, I didn't want to do maps again, but I've got this paper, which was from, I want to say, my final days of summer, actually. I don't think this was the boho one, but it still has the nice colours. So it's still got the blues, it's got the oranges and the greens and stuff that we've seen in the boho. So I am mixing up a little bit. Let me just check. Yeah, see, I'm not sure I like this weird ending, so I think I might, if I pull this up, I think I'm going to trace that side and cut it out because I don't think I like it. I'll just grab my pencil. Just seems weird, but I think it's just where I cut the file folder, but this bit here at the bottom just seems a bit weird to me. So let's get rid of that. But yes, if you did join us yesterday, Tuesday on the live, thank you so much for joining us. As I said, I'm not very good at them, I do realise that, but Natalie was brilliant. And we absolutely appreciate you coming along, spending time with us and seeing what we're up to, really. And you definitely need to go and check out Natalie's channel and her videos, because she has done the most gorgeous, stunning cover. She was gifted, I believe gifted, I don't think she bought them, I'm sure she was gifted some items from Two Sister Jam, and they are just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. If anybody has shopped with them, you'll know. I've seen so many people that have done showing their hauls that they've got from Two Sister Jam. I personally haven't ordered from them purely because I wouldn't be able to afford the postage. It'd be really expensive getting that sent here to the UK. But yes, I'm dead jealous because it's gorgeous stuff, really is. And yeah, and Nathalie created this beautiful Bohemian cover. So like I said, if you haven't seen it, definitely go and have a little look. Right, do some more chopping. The other thing I quite like about this trimmer is it's not overly bulky and it's not huge. It has got an arm that extends out, which is nice. It has got this ring at the top, so it says for storage. I'm not sure what exactly you're hanging it on. I mean, it has a weight to it, but it's not like overly heavy. I can pick it up with one hand. It's not, yeah, massive. But I do like that it's self-sharpening, and I do like that it's a rotary trimmer as well. Because those, I was looking at the other Fiskars, the ones with the blades on them, the knives, not the rotary disc. And I've got a cheap version of that kind of trimmer already, and I just find that the blades get blunt so quickly. I know Fiskars is better and they probably don't get blunt quite so quickly, but I thought if this is self-sharpening, in theory I shouldn't have to replace this blade. It should last me, so that's kind of what I'm hoping. I mean, obviously we shall see, but yeah, I shouldn't have to replace it. And like I said, so far I'm super happy. I'm happy with the size, I'm happy with the way it cuts. So yeah, here's hoping that it's going to do a good job. Right, I am thinking if I can get away with, rather than cutting into a new piece of paper so it looks like the buds are joining together in the middle. I know I've got a bit of a gap there, but I might use some of the cut off from here. Now I know it's going to look weird because you're going to have a bit of a stem, but if I put it down that way, I'm actually going to put a pocket in this corner so you're not going to see it. So yes, let's try that. So just to make sure that these are going to be the same size. Draw my line there, and then I want as much, or as little, I guess, as the stem as possible. Okay, let's try and trim those and see if we can fudge this a little bit and see if we can get away with it. I mean, if not, I will just cut into the other one, but I was hoping I could save that for something else. Right, so if that's that, and that's that, let's have a look. Oh, so you're that side, and you're going to come, whoops, that side. Oh, actually, do you know what? I think we're going to get away with it. I'm just going to trim off, because obviously I don't need all of that. And because I've got obviously these stamps all over the place, it does kind of blend in. It doesn't look too horrific. Yes, I think we're going to get away with it. Right, let's stick that down before anybody sees what we're doing. Yeah, at the end of the live, I was like, oh, I can't really do much more on my cover because I want to do some sewing. Hadn't actually thought about the inside and that I haven't actually decorated the inside. So that's why I'm quickly doing it now, and then I can sew that. And then, as I say, Nathalie's got her video coming out tomorrow on Friday. And then Saturday there's no video. And then Sunday will be a winner's drawing. So anybody that is participating, so if you are using the challenge papers that Natalie and I have put out in our Facebook group, so Natalie's got 5 pages, I've cheekily got 6, only because my wallet that I made needed 2 pages, and to be fair, I wasn't actually counting. So I've got 6 pages. They are for free in my pages are for free in my Facebook group, or if you're not part of Facebook, they are in my Ko-fi shop, also for free. Nathalie's you can find for free in her Facebook group, LineDotArrow, or they are a small teeny tiny fee on her Ko-fi page. But if you use the challenge papers that we have released in anything that you like, you can use them in any way, then for each post that you make, so you might make quite a few things with all the different elements, because there's lots and lots of elements to work with. Whatever you make, if you post it in either of our Facebook groups, obviously preferably both, because that way you get double the chance of potentially winning, then for each post that you make, you get 1 entry. And obviously if you post in the LineDotArrow group and also in the NonstopPapercrafts group, then like I said, you've got double the chance of winning. And then we'll do a prize drawing at the end. So Natalie will go through all of the entries in her Facebook group, LineDotArrow. I will go through all the entries that have been posted in NonstopPapercrafts. I will choose 3 winners from NonstopPapercrafts, and they can choose a kit for free from my Etsy shop. And if you have posted in LineDotArrow, Natalie will do a winner's drawing, and should you be a winner, you can choose a kit from Natalie's Etsy shop. But again, there'll be 3 winners. So yeah, we are hoping that you enjoy these papers, hoping that you're enjoying the challenge. Like I said, you can make whatever you like. You don't have to copy what we're doing at all. Normally that's what we do. We have weekly challenges and we have a set task for you to kind of complete. This time there's no task, there's no set thing. It's just you have a range of different items that you can use either in existing journals, or if you want to create a new journal, you can. As we've said, these particular digitals go really, really well with one of the collaboration kits that we made. Well, we were deciding when we made these kits because we couldn't quite remember. Natalie seems to think it was 2023, I believe. I can't remember. It was a lot longer ago than I thought it was. Put it that way. Yeah, I really like that. That's nice. Yeah, so we've obviously made these bits and pieces, and yeah, it was the Bohemian summer kit that we made. That's where I've got some of these images from, and then I'm obviously using elements from our challenge papers this time, our freebies, to add to that, so they go perfectly with them. And as I said, I'm also using the Final Days of Summer, which was also a collaboration that Natalie and I did, and they still go, because it's all about Bohemian summer travel. So yeah, right, so this envelope is going to be attached on the front. I think I'm going to do that with fabric, and I'm going to sew that on. So I'm going to leave that for now. I don't want to do anything with that until I actually do my sewing. Right, on the inside I said I wanted to have some pockets, and I think I want, what do I want? I think I want the pockets from the wallet. I think I like the suitcase ones. So I think I might cut those out, and obviously they need to be a bit more sturdy than that. But I have got all this file folder left, so I could back them onto that. Yes, that's what I'll do. Let's cut those out. So I was actually hoping to have my cover pretty much finished by the time I started this video. However, I think I did mention in the live that I have been trying to sort out my craft room. It's just been, I think I've been feeling a little bit sort of overwhelmed. I do have a lot of stuff, and I do know that, but I'm an impulse buyer and I can't help it. I see something pretty, I want that pretty thing, I get that pretty thing, and then I hoard it and I don't ever use it. And I'm sure lots of people can relate. And yeah, lately I think I've just been feeling a little bit overwhelmed. It has been a long time since I don't feel like I've really settled in and made lots of journals, especially in the last 2 years. I haven't. I mean, since January, I think I've made 2 journals, which is crazy considering I used to make 2 to 3 journals a month. And I know lots of it's down to my work. My work changed in January. I am working more hours, but yeah, I think it's just left me feeling a little bit, I don't know if lost is the right word, but I've been finding certain things just a bit difficult. So yeah, I'm trying my best to, well, do my best and kind of do as much as I can do without what am I trying to say? So without burning myself out, because obviously I do want to continue making journals. I do want to keep going with this channel. I do want to keep designing and doing my own digitals, but it has been tricky of late. So for me, when I kind of get into that place where I'm feeling a little bit like, ugh, everything's just too much, that's normally when I have to tidy up my craft room. I always feel so much better after I've sorted out my space. Yeah, so I kind of felt like that needed to be done. For me to be able to move on and be able to get on with anything else, I just needed to organise my space. And I do feel massively happier now that it is all done. So yeah. Right, let's get these pockets on, build some pockets. Now I do think I'm going to need to do some trimming, but that's okay. Yeah, but I am pleased to say that my craft room is now finished. I have destashed some stuff. I have given away. My local library does different craft sessions. Not that I've ever attended them because they're during the day and obviously I'm at work, which doesn't help. But yeah, they do craft sessions, so I took a load of stuff down to them. And they were obviously very, very grateful, so that's good. Some bits that were just a bit tatty I have obviously thrown away. My daughter, bless her, has been trying to pinch a lot of items as well. Every time I throw something out, she goes, "Oh, you're not using that? Oh, you have it." And it's like, well, while I'm grateful that somebody feels they're going to get some use out of it, like I said, some bits are just tatty, and I then had to put my foot down a bit and I was just like, no, it is no good anymore. It needs to go. Because I thought otherwise I'm just passing tap from one room to the next room. But yeah. But yes, I almost said the classroom. The craft room is now all sorted and organised. So that immediately just makes me feel better. I know there are lots of people who have a very messy I almost said classroom again, my goodness, my brain. I know there are lots of people who like a messy craft room just because it kind of feels lived in and used, but I don't. My brain does not cope. And normally after I've finished a crafting session I do have to tidy up, because if I come back into the craft room the following day or later on in the day, depending on when I'm crafting, yeah, it does not do well for me if I then come in to see a lot of chaos. Right, so that's how they're going to sit. I actually quite like that, so I'm quite happy with those. Right, I do need to round a couple of corners though, so I'm going to do that. And these do also have slits in, which again I do want to cut out because I think they looked really good in the wallet cut out. And I'm going to need that. Where's my what's it? And when I say what's it, yes I do mean craft knife. Right, straight edge ruler, what have we got? Okay, I've got this one. Yeah, lots of people were actually commenting after I did my wallet and they saw these slits in the pockets. Lots of people were commenting saying that they love the slits. So I think going forward I might have to introduce these to a lot of my pockets in my kits because I do like them. I don't know why. I think it's, I was looking up wallets and I was looking because, again, I've also just been changing wallets, and I noticed that a lot of the pockets, they do actually have little card slits, don't they? And I think that's what kind of gave me the idea to have a little slit in there. Oh, oh, no, I'm stuck. There we go. Oh, not far enough, hang on. There we go. And then I just use this hole punch to punch at the ends. Like so. Oops. Right, okay. Now we can get those stuck down. Let's move that out the way. See, even now I'm putting away as I go. It just makes it easier. Right, okay. And that's a nice thing about having a reasonably small craft room. I've got everything kind of, all my drawers and shelves around me. So I can just kind of reach over and either grab stuff or put stuff away, which I really, really like. I don't think I've done a craft room tour yet, have I, since I've moved? I moved September last year, so it's been almost a year. And I don't think I have done a craft room tour. That will have to be something maybe I do in the next few weeks, actually, since it is the summer holidays for us at the moment. I've got bit more time than I normally would. Although I say that, I've still been crazy busy the last week or so. But then I think it is because I am, or have been, just trying to sort out my space. And I literally had every shelf empty. Bit by bit, I didn't do it all at once because that would just be horrific. But bit by bit, I just emptied off the shelves, went through everything. Kind of did, I can't remember what it's called. You know, when you kind of look at something and does it does it give you joy? Is it KinMari? Is that her way? I don't know. But anyway, there's a thing where when you're tidying, you kind of look at something, does it give you joy? And then if it doesn't, then it needs to go. So I was kind of doing that. I was going through all of my things, and I was really looking at them, and I was thinking, look, as beautiful as this is it ever going to get used? Or if it was like the teeniest, tiniest little scrap, it was like, well, really, do I really need to keep this? So I was very harsh. But like I said, I do feel much better because now I do have a nice, tidy craft room. So I feel that I can actually function. It's quite funny actually, because not 5 minutes ago I was saying, oh, I could never do a live because I'm not very chatty. And I don't feel like I've shut up this entire time, have I? I do apologise. I know there's some people out there that can't stand a chatty video, and look what you've got. You've stuck with me. Chatting away. Nonsense. Right. Okay, that is all I'm going to do for my cover because I am now going to sew. But I'm not going to do that now. I'll do that later, and then I'll show you how it all looks on either Saturday or Sunday. I might do a video on Saturday. I don't know. I haven't planned to. The plan was to not do anything Saturday, so it may just be Sunday. I kind of do a flip through and show you where I've got with that. But I am going to sew around these edges. It will also give a bit of stitching and stability to the edge of the pockets as well. Right, so let's have a look at pages, shall we? So I have printed off these pages. Now these are all from the Bohemian Summer Kit, but they might be mine, they might be Nathalie's. So I know this one's mine. So that's from mine, so it's just got a hint of green. And I have on the reverse of that, this was an eco dye. I have got a kit in my Etsy shop of all just different sort of dye papers. So I've got some eco dyes, I've got some coffee dyes, and some other kind of dyed papers, and this is in there, and I really love this, and I did actually do this on the reverse of some of my ephemera. So some of them had this design and some of them had this on the back, which yeah, I really like. I think actually it might have been on here. Yeah, so in my wallet you'll see this eco dye paper. So yeah, so I've got that, but it's on the back of the pale green one. And then I've got this one. This is from my kit as well. Really like this one. It's probably one of my favourite pages. Again, I've got the eco dyed page on the back. This one I think is from Nathalie. You might not be able to see it on camera. It looks almost plain, but it has got a grid on there. It is green with sort of faint flowers, and again eco dyed on the back. This one's from Nathalie's, probably one of my favourites. Loved the feathers. This time I've done a tea stained. This is also in that dyed kit that's on my Etsy shop as well. So I've got tea stained paper on the back of that one. This one's from Nathalie's kit as well. Loved the florals. Again, tea stained on the back. This one was one of Nathalie's freebies from the Bohemian Summer. I really liked these identity cards, and I thought these might be great in here as well. And then that's another one of mine. It's similar to the first one, but this time it's blue, and again tea stained on the back. So now that I've got these, actually the passport one, or the identity card one, I need to cut down, so I'm going to move that out of the way for a second. Let's move that out of the way. Right, so obviously when my string comes in, I want this sitting kind of just underneath. So I think, unfortunately, I was hoping to just be able to chop it in half, but I think that's going to make it too small really, because I want it kind of the size of that inside bit. So it could be that I have some taller pages, some shorter pages. I could do that. That's not an issue. And the nice thing about all of these pages, so I tried to pick ones where it wouldn't matter if I was cutting along this way. That's kind of what I was going for. So let's have a look. So if I go right under where that eyelet is, and I'm going to do the same here. And I'm going to bring in my trimmer, and because it tells me that it can cut thicker materials, I'm going to go ahead and cut all of these pages at once. Another way for me to test. Oh yes, brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant. Yeah, so these ones are shorter, but I might still use them. They might still come in handy. Right, now they're obviously going to be... Oh, are they? No, they're not actually going to be too long. Oh, okay. I thought they might be too long if I fold them this way, but it's not. Excellent. Fabulous. Right, okay. So I'm just going to fold these in half. That goes that way up, doesn't it? That's that way. Okay, so I really like this peacock feather, so I'm thinking I might have that on my outside. And then what I want to do is obviously the insides of these. So some of them are eco, some of them are tea stained. I think I only had 3 tea stains. That means the rest of these are eco dyed. So I'm going to have a plainer one, because obviously we've got decoration, a plainer one. Then I'm going to want a tea dyed one. So I think I'll go for florals. Well, I don't want those two together, so I think I might go with the green. Then I'll go with the... Oh, no. Oh, okay. I see how this is going to go. Okay, right, sorry, I've got to swap one of those round. So this eco-dyed one needs to be swapped. So this is an eco-dyed one, so that can go there. Only because these two are essentially the same pattern, just different colours, so I just want to separate them a little bit. So, back to where we were. So I now need a plain, which that one is. I can then have an eco dye, which that one is, or is that one eco as well? That one's eco, let's go for that one. Then we've got plain, then we've got eco. Fabulous. Right, so we've got each of those, so they're going to go in there. Again, I think I'm probably going to grab some other papers to put in there, but I'll do that afterwards. That is a start. Yeah, so I think I'm going to put in some dyed papers. I think I'm also going to put some other interesting papers in, some book pages and things like that. But looking at this video, we've been going for about half an hour, and I didn't want to keep you too long. So I think what I'm going to do is tie my string. I'm going to get my feathers on, and then I think we might call it for today. And then, like I said, I will be back on Sunday when I do the winner's drawing, and I can show you how it all looks like finished. I might even post some progress pictures, since Nathalie and I agreed not to do a video on Saturday. I will post some progress pictures in the NonstopPapercrafts and LineDotArrow Facebook group. Oh my giddy aunt, why can't I undo this string? Oh, have I got it? I've got it. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Oh no, no, we're still lost. Right, what's occurring now? There is something else that needs to be untied. This is new, by the way, so this is how it came to me when I bought it. Yeah, it's not a string as such. It's I don't know. I don't know, I can't describe it. Right. So I want it to be able to loop round. I might even have it dangling a little bit and put some bits down at the bottom as well. So I'm going to make it super long. I know it's overkill, but I obviously want to make sure that it is plenty. Right, which of these did we like? So I could maybe have the feathers like that. Whoops. So let's go in, out, whoops, pulling it the wrong way. And you're going to go in there. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. And then you're going to go in and out. I mean, who knows, I might have to end up like hot gluing these down, I'm not sure yet, we will see. Okay, something like that, and then just going to put a bow in it for now, because like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to have to hot glue those down, so I don't want to commit to the string at the moment. But yeah, I will have some string coming down. I might put some beads on them and then have these on the spine. Yeah, I think that'll look okay. I think they are going to have to be glued though. But like I said, I will get all of that sorted ready. Then obviously my papers are going to slot under here. She says. Okay, I might need to make this slightly thinner. No, here it goes, here it goes. There we go. So I'm going to have my little signature in there. I'm also going to put my wallet in there as well. And I'm going to have my envelope with my beautiful girl on top on there too. And then like I said, my wallet will also go in. So that's how it's looking now. Like I said, I will be back on Sunday to do the winner's drawing and to sort of show how it's all looking. I will put some progress pictures in the 2 Facebook groups, so go and check out NonstopPapercrafts and LineDotArrow. Also make sure that you are tuned into Nathalie's video tomorrow on Friday, because she'll be obviously doing the next part of her journal as well. I really hope that you've enjoyed today's video. I'm really sorry for the chit chat. Clearly I just needed to vent and talk to somebody. So yeah, sorry about the extra chatter that you're probably not used to if you have been watching me for a while. If you have enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments that you would like to make, please make them down below. I enjoy reading all of your comments. It also really helps out my channel. If you are not already a subscriber, I would really love for you to do so. Please make sure that you also click that bell button. That way you are notified of any new crafty videos. Thank you once again. I really do appreciate your time. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next crafty video. Bye for now.